everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here then welcome. Hopefully you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do. And if you are returning then still welcome. Clearly you are here because you have a love of cross stitch just like I do. So today is Sunday, it is December 8th. And I know it's December 8th without even having to look down at my cheat sheet because I purchased one of the Black Needle Society's nice list advent boxes. You know, the box where you open up one item per day and you get a great gift. So number one, I get a great fun gift. Number two, I always know what day it is without having to look at my cheat sheet. And number three, I have been using those to record shorts every morning and posting them up on my Flosstube. So a short, it's literally 1 minute. So you only get to see it like, ooh, here it is, and then the end. So I'm gonna go into more detail, all of the gifts that I've opened so far within this Flosstube. You don't get to see a whole lot of it in the video, so I figured the Flosstube is the place to really show it and get like a deeper dive into all of those really fun things. I'm also going to be opening day 8 on this video, and I'll do a short about it later because I'd rather open it for the first time on the big video than in the short. So we have that. I have FFOs, beautiful FFOs. Like, I mean, not that my framing isn't coming along because I'm getting there, but these are like mind-blowing. So I sent off a box of 3 items to my friend Tammy, and these were old pieces that were just living in a drawer. Actually, they were living in a box over here in my closet. So super old pieces, I dug them out, I ironed them, and I sent them off to Tammy and basically gave her sort of free reign. There was like one where I'm like, let's do a flat fold, maybe a pillow, I don't know. You tell me what will look better and go forth. So she did. And they're amazing. So I'm gonna share those with you guys. And then I have just a tiny bit of haul, and I figure it's been a very hectic month. When is it not, right? But last month was a little bit extra crazy. So I am gonna go over my plans for this month at the same time as I go over what I have been stitching. Oh, and I have an extra finish thrown in. So okay, that about sums up where we are. So we'll just jump right in. Let's do FFOs first because I'm just really excited. So I didn't even know these were gonna be in the mail today. I got the mail and I found a box, and it was exciting because it was not a bill. It was a box of beautifulness. So here's what we got. And these are all really old finished pieces. I guess maybe not that old, but old enough or long. I finished them long ago, and so I don't really know what the design is or what the fabric was or any of those things. So we'll just appreciate them for what they are, which is gorgeous cross-stitch finishes. Okay, here we go. So again, so these were finished by my friend Tammy. Tammy has a Flosstube Woodland Stitching Studio. That one I did have to write down because I always mix up the words, but go check her out. She has a great Flosstube. She stitches all kinds of really fun charts. She does a lot of nature themes, and her finishes are top notch. So go check that out. Check these out too. All right, first one is a tiny little pillow. I sing for joy. Look at this, okay? I love this piece when I finished it. It's on, lighting's a little odd right now because it's like late afternoon, and here in Arizona that means it's bright and sunny, so everything's kind of washed out. But it's a little bird on a light green fabric. I sing for joy. So when I finished this, I had a whole bunch of fabric left over, and the reason why I did that is because I did actually want to finish it into a pillow. I don't really know how to sew. I did try to learn for a little while, and then I just said, it's okay if I don't know how to sew. I'm good with that. I have friends who can sew. So I left all the extra fabric, and Tammy did turn it into a beautiful little pillow. She put this super cute, look at this little heart in the back with the purple stitching. to match the outline, which is super soft. My daughter was here whenever I was opening this up and she immediately loved this. My husband wanted to know if it was a pin cushion, which I said absolutely not. It is not a pin cushion. It is a cute little pillow that I now need a bowl to house it in. So Tammy also used a purple here, which really complements the little purple in these flowers and really just makes those pop against the green. So just love it. Love it, love it. All right. Next up, I stitched this early on in my Flosstube videos. It is Walkin' on Sunshine. I don't remember who designed it, but she made it into a flat fold. And it is bright, it is sunny. Yeah, it is like spring in a flat fold. I am in love. So I stitched this on a piece of really like nice, bright, sunny blue looking linen. And the back is just more of that linen that she folded over. Put these really cute little like pom-pom outline here. But how cute is that? This sun, like, I mean, I know I live in Arizona, but there is zero chance that you could not be happy looking at this sun. He is so cute. Like, I want to get some sunglasses and put them on and just hang out with this guy. So 100% this will be up in the spring and summertime over here. So turned out better than I could even imagine. Amazing. All right, last but not least, this one I will probably bring to work. I think it has to come to work with me. This one says, I want to leave. Yes, sometimes you just want to leave work. It happens. Also, I am a huge fan of aliens and the lore behind it. I feel this universe is so ginormous. There has to be something else out there. So why not aliens? At work, I do have a magnet at my desk, and it's like a little alien. It says, believe in yourself and aliens. So this would be really cute to kind of have nearby. Tammy made this into a flat fold hanging or a wall hanging. So nice black little ribbon, which you can't really see against my sweatshirt, but it's there. Then the back is this really pretty fabric. This is actually one where I stitched it and then I attempted to make it a flat fold myself and I cut it pretty short. So I probably could have done it, but I could not have done it this well. So I sent it to Tammy and said, do what you can with what is left of this. And she did something great. So yeah, I am super excited about this one. Absolutely love it. Love it. All right, those are my finishes. I feel like there is nothing that makes you want to stitch more than seeing your pieces come to life. It's kind of like back stitching, right? Like seeing your piece as a FFO is like when you stitch something and then you add back stitch and it just brings it to life. Well, this like amplifies that times 10. When I see my pieces on something like this where I can really, I love frames, but where I can hang them up or put them in bowls or put them in little decorative things, it really inspires me to want to get things done, like little smalls done even quicker. So the only downside is I need to find another finisher for a while because, you know, holidays and everything else, Tammy's taking a break from finishing for right now. So I need a fill-in. They're out there. I'll find one. Step one, let's get some finishes. We'll work on that first. So anyway, those were the amazing FFOs. I about cried when I saw them. She had included this really beautiful card, which I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, Tammy is also a card maker. She used to do paper crafting and whatnot. How freaking beautiful is this? Like, I could frame this. I might frame this. This is going up somewhere because it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So well done on that. Okay, those are the FFOs. I also have a finish. So it's been a solid month since I have filmed. So this is a start and a finish. You guys did see the chart, I believe, in my last Flosstube, but I have been stitching on this for the majority of the month, this last month, to the point where now it's finished. This one will not go into a cool finish like what I just showed. It is going to be put in a frame because I stitched it for my husband who wants to take it to work, and he specifically requested normal frame. So that is what we're doing. All right, getting out the pattern for you. There we go. All right, so this is Dirty Annie's I Love My Cat. This is the pattern. So I picked this up when I was at the Stitching in the Wild retreat. I went into Gary and Ronnie's shop and I brought my husband with me. And so he looked all around the shop. He, just kind of looked at charts for a little while and then did his own thing. And I was telling him about this chart here that I saw after he had left. So I told him, oh, I found this chart by Dirty Annie's because I picked up some other charts by her because I really like her as a designer. So I picked up some other charts by her and I was describing this one and I said, it's a possum, but it says I love my cat. And for whatever reason, he just found that to be hilarious. And he said, I need that. That has to happen. So I emailed Gary and Ronnie and said, please send this to me. So they did. I then took a look in my stash to see what I had and stitched it on whatever it is I had in my stash. So some of the colors is what it called for, some were whatever I had laying around. So without further ado, let's see. This is I Love My Cat. I'll put this behind it so you can see it better. Ta-da! And I love this little possum. He is stinking adorable. So I stitched him on a piece of Fortnite Fabrics 36 count linen in the color Pardon Me. This was, I think, I may have gotten this one in a Fabric of the Month club. I'm not sure, but it's a beautiful fabric. It's kind of it's like a cool toned, it's maybe a gray, but it's like a taupey gray, if that makes sense. So I stitched the little possum, well, I stitched the whole thing 1/2, which I very rarely stitch with one piece of floss. I feel like it mutes down the color. So some of my cross stitch friends, I said that with stitching it with only one piece of floss over 2, that I made it prim because he doesn't pop on the fabric. He looks more prim. But it's the exact look I was going for. So turned out really, really good. I did not do the hearts in the O or the C just because, it's going on my husband's desk and I figured I didn't really want to put hearts in there. Like, I think he'd be fine with it, but I tried to make it a little bit more guyish, I guess. I don't know, but love it. Turned out great. So I will show you guys that once we get it all framed, and he will be taking that one to work with him. All right, so that is my start and finish. Not that I want to get in the habit of only filming once a month, because I do want to be filming more often. We'll talk about that later. But it is kind of nice to have a start and a finish in one video. Pretty nice. All right, beyond that, I have a basket next to me of plans and projects, and I have a pile next to me of the Black Needle Society fun gifts. I think we're gonna do the plans and projects first. That way, if you don't care about the Black Needle Society box and haul, then you don't have to watch that part and you can still see the plans and projects. All right, it's decided. Oh, so first, I think I've shown this basket before, but I'm in the process of redoing some of my stitchy spots, including the place that I stitch in the living room. And I just want to highlight how amazing this box is. It is the cutest bucket or bin, basket, I don't know, but it is the exact right size to hold my cross stitch projects and the bags and all of that stuff. So every month I pull out all the pieces that I'm going to work on for the month, and I put them in this basket and it goes in the living room, and that way I can see what letter I'm gonna stitch or what project and whatnot, and I can just pull it right out of the basket, and it looks stylish along the way. So highly recommend a nice stitchy basket. All right, project number 1. So this piece here, all I'm really doing for the month of December, because it's December and it's Christmas and it's crazy. So I am focusing on the magazine monthly challenge, both the acrostic and of course the theme for the month. I'm prepping for Bringo, which a future video will be all about my 2025 plans, including Bringo, not today's, but I'm prepping for Bringo and all of that stuff. For this month though, I'm trying to keep it simple with just the acrostic and the theme. We'll see. Okay, so the acrostic for the magazine monthly challenge is ice skate, and our theme is on a pond. So this piece here I am using for 2 different letters in the acrostic. This is Silly Bird, and I'm keeping it in my Garan bag with the foxes because it's nature themed. All right, this is Silly Bird by Barbara Anna Designs. Looks like this. I feel like this is one of the first samplers I've ever done. It's got a giant bird, so you know, it spoke to me. I liked the colors, and I liked that the letters looked somewhat easy. And they are somewhat easy, but I am almost done with it. So I am stitching this piece on a piece of Fortnite Fabrics 32 count even weave. And I think I said this last video, but I have no idea what it's called. I can't read it. It's called that. Whatever that says. And we are here. So the last time you guys saw this, I had the bird done. I don't think I had this part of the head completed, but I have stitched the rest of this piece of the head, and I think I got maybe some more of the wings done. And then more recently, I've been stitching on the letters. So as you can see, I still have quite a bit of the alphabet to go, but for me and letters, this is pretty darn good. So I am here. I have only done 1 hour this month on this piece. Oh no, I'm sorry, 2 hours on this piece. So for my acrostics, I do 2 hours per letter, and then I do 4 hours for my theme. So I have worked on this piece. I completed it for the letter S, S for Silly Bird. And I also have it on my acrostic for the letter K, mainly because there's a letter K in the alphabet, and I didn't have anything else for the letter K. And I'm hopeful that in 2 more hours, I can at least come close to completing the alphabet. Once that is done, I need to find a color in my stash that I want to use for the fill-in on the head. The piece, or the color that I had chosen, when I laid it out against the darker brown and the yellow here, the color I chose, it was like a bright yellow, which I thought matched the color that it gave me. But in looking at the picture and just laying it out with this fabric and everything, it is way not the right color at all. So I need to find something else to fill in the head. So we will get that chosen and worked on throughout the month. But that is Silly Bird. So everything that I chose to work on this month, except for one piece, I think, yes, for one piece, are all pieces that are at least close to a finish. So I may not finish all of them, but they will be very close. So if I keep them in the rotation or around through January, they should be ones that I could get finished fairly quickly. This one, for example, just has the rest of the alphabet and the bird's head. I think he's got some goofy little hair, but it's like a line and a dot, a line and a dot. So, you know, it's not a full coverage and it's close to a finish. Plus, it's a silly bird and it could go right here on the wall. I know I need stuff on this side, but I've got some larger pieces. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna go right there. So I gotta finish it to put it right there. All right. Next up, okay, next up, this piece I am using for my theme. I am also using it for the letter I in the acrostic ice skate. So this is a piece that you all have seen a whole bunch of times. I am shooting to have this one done by New Year's. Now, I have really just started working on pieces that were not the possum last couple days of this month. So I have a lot of work to do, but I also have a lot of slotted stitchy time ahead. So that is good news. This is New Year in the Village by Alessandra Adelaide. Theirs looks like this. I am looking at this house right here on the pattern because the one that I'm stitching looks way brighter than this house here. I feel like I may have used the wrong orange. I'm just making this realization right now, and I'll show you when I show you the piece. But I don't know, it's not so bad. Tell me what you think, we'll see. Okay, New Year in the Village, Alessandra Adelaide. I started this piece years ago as a New Year, New Start, and I started this piece when I first started Flosstube. Like before this channel, back when my channel name was Thimble and Twine Stitches? Thimble, I don't remember. The name Thimble was in there because that was one of my old birds' name. Thimble and Twine, yeah, Thimble and Twine Stitches, way back when. I'm just now finishing it. I would like to have it finished this year by New Year's. That is my goal. I do truly feel it is possible. Here's where we are. Okay, so I was thinking that this looked super weird with this really stark orange against this dark purple. Like, I was thinking, is that really the right color? I mean, I know some of these, like this is really dark. There's some really deep colors within these houses. So I just thought maybe that was normal. But in looking at the pattern, that is not normal. So I might have to pull that out and redo the inside of this. So this chart is older. It is well loved. I did not do a working copy. I just was using the chart it came with. And because I've been stitching on this chart for years, I didn't mark on this chart at all, but just out of use, right? From opening and closing the chart and, I don't know, using the chart, right? The letters have gotten a little bit hard to read. And I will tell you that, oh, you know what? I did make a working copy. But anyway, on my working copy, the letters are hard to read. Like they're very, very small and they're very, very similar. And it's kind of like a Hade in parts, right? Where there's just so many colors that are, and they use a symbol that are extremely close together when you're looking at it. So I think I just thought that this was a symbol that was different from what it really was. Or maybe it's charted wrong. Probably not though. It's probably when I looked at the chart, I saw one symbol, but it was supposed to be something else. So I stitched it in like deep dark orange, which according to the picture is the color that I should have used on a big chunk of the roof. You all know how I feel about having to frog. We'll see what we choose to do. Update to follow. But anyway, I've only pulled this piece out for 1 hour this month, so I have a ton of stitching to do. Again, I have this slotted for my theme, so on a pond, because I feel within the village, this Whoville village, there is a pond somewhere out there. You can't see it in here, but it's there. So on a pond, it's gonna get 4 hours just for the theme. I then have it slotted for the letter I for the New Year in the Village, and that'll get 2 hours. So I am 1 out of those 2 hours complete. This will be back on my Q-snap tonight to finish up that letter as well as make like a 2-hour dent in my 4-hour theme piece. Beyond that, I really want to get this piece finished. So this is going to come out in between working on every other piece. In fact, it may even come out more in place of. We'll just see what the month holds. But in that hour, and a little bit last month too, I got some of this house done. You know, I did the windows, the snow. I had to do a little bit of extra snow down here as well as some snow here. And then because I was just extremely paranoid, I did some extra counting just to make sure, because I don't know what I was thinking here. I was very brave. I was a brave soul when I was stitching this. And I put in the snow to this little house hanging out over here before stitching the house. So I just really wanted to make sure before I put in a whole lot of extra work in the house piece that it was going to actually match up with this snow. Somehow it does, so I got that right, but I got the color wrong. It is what it is there. So that is as far as I am here. I have the rest of this house to fill in, including maybe this orange to take out. I have a tiny little half of a house here, and then I got a firework. Totally doable. It's gonna happen. New Year in the Village. We finished by New Year's Eve, so I can start a new New Year piece, which we will go over in a future video when we talk about plans. Oh, this piece here, I am stitching on a piece of Fabric by Fabrics by Stephanie in the color Storm. A 32 count opal linen. This might be my only piece that's on an opal linen. I own a lot of opalescent fabric because, especially back in the day, I like the really bright colors and the shininess. I will still stitch on it for Christmas pieces and things like that, but I don't think it's not my favorite anymore. It is funny how your taste changed. Now for this piece, love it. I would not go any other way. For this, 100%. But am I gonna be pulling for more opalescent fabric for most of my pieces? Probably not. All right, next up, what do we have here? Okay, next up is Ladybug and Dandelion. I don't know the real name because it's not in English. I have pulled this piece out multiple months. Like, you guys have seen this in the exact same spot at least 3 times. It's ridiculous. I gotta finish this thing. It is almost done. So I am using Ladybug and Dandelion for the letters E, and there's 2 E's within the word ice skate. So it is the letter E, either because lion, or truly my original reason, it's hard on the eyes. And the reason it's hard on the eyes is because I'm stitching it over 1. So this, pull all this out here. This was a kit. I obviously did not use the fabric that came with the kit, but I'm using all of the called for kit floss. Okay, kit looks like this. It's literally a ladybug on a dandelion, hence the name Ladybug and Dandelion. Again, I'm stitching it over 1. I don't know what the fabric is because I started this years ago. We are here. I think it's a 28 count, which isn't that's pretty tiny when you go over 1, especially for me. I just don't do a lot of over 1 stitching, but it is here. And again, the lighting's got everything a little bit washed out, but I really like the look of it. It's turning out great. It looks very realistic, very detailed. And I'm almost there. There's some more greenery that needs to happen. And then this is the hard part, all of these like back stitchy pieces and like the fluff still needs to happen. And for these teeny tiny little X's, yeah, I guess they just have to be X's. So we have all of those to go, but still we are moving right along. So this is slotted for 4 hours of work this month. If I don't get to both of those, because I do want to focus on the New Year in the Village, I would at least like to get it worked on for a 2-hour time block. Because again, I've pulled this out multiple times to work on for my acrostics, and I finished every letter on my acrostic except for that, like 3 times. Finish it, right? Finish it December. Or make progress December. There's no way that thing's gonna get completely done, I don't think. Okay, the next one 100% will not be finished in December, but it will be at least started. So this is a new start that I am using for, let's see here, just for one letter, it's chickadees and lilacs for the letter C. And this is the dimensions kit that I got at Goodwill. I found it for a screaming deal, and it's like me in a dimensions kit. So I'm gonna get it started. I am not going to use the fabric that it came with just because the Aida to me is a little bit too stiff and I just don't like the way it feels. So I have tons of fabric in my stash. I'm just gonna stitch it on a piece of cream color or white plain fabric, but I'm gonna use, of course, the called for threads because it's a kit and they're already prepared for me. So I'm gonna get this started. You guys will see it throughout this next year, and I only have it slotted for one letter. It's a dimensions kit, so it's lots of different, you know, color mixes and all of that stuff, which means in 1 hour of stitching, I'm gonna get like, I don't know, probably, because I'll start in the center. I might get his eyeball done, yeah. But it started, and it started in 2024, and I can log it, and that's all I'm really looking for right now. So this one, we started, and we'll go into the pile of whips. All right, last but not least, the only other piece that I have slotted for this month is another one where I keep putting it on my acrostic, and when I do, it's the only letter that does not get worked on. This is Temperature Tree that I started years ago. Years ago. Even though all of my friends said, Robin, do not do a temperature anything. Don't do it. They know me well. They know that my attention span is this much. In my work life, great attention span. Personal life, maybe temperature charts are just not my jam. I know this now. But this temperature tree is amazing, and there's a story behind it, which we'll go over when I finally finish the dang thing. But I'm here. I'm not stitching any more leaves. I literally just need to finish stitching the branches. So I have the floss, which is Muddy Puddle by Classic Colorworks. For a while, I just ran out, but I now have plenty to go. So Classic Colorworks, Muddy Puddle, ordered 2 more skeins of this, so that should be plenty to finish the amount of branches that I have. We're here. This has 1 letter on my acrostic, which is the letter T for Temperature Tree. So it'll get 2 hours of work done. This is another one kind of like Silly Bird. I'm not gonna finish this tree in 2 hours, but I'm gonna make progress, and it should be close to a finish for 2025. So in planning, right? I do have some pretty good ideas for things that I want to accomplish in 2025. I'd like to actually do a whole video about my 2025 plans so I can pull out the whips that are in my closet and all of that jazz and show that to you guys. I have a planner that I ordered, and I'm waiting for that to be delivered. I'm hoping to use that as kind of the base of the video. So if that does not arrive this week, then I'm going to change plans a little bit and we'll just film it without the planner. No big deal. So anyway, for now though, this is Temperature Tree, and 2 hours. It's getting 2 hours this month. Okay. All right, that is it. I say last month I mainly worked on a possum and a little bit of New Year in the Village. This month I have a lot of work to do, but fun work. So plans, work through this acrostic, work on that, and prepare some stuff for 2025, both preparing things for filming, preparing things for finishing planning. Normal end of the year stuff. All right, with all that said, let's do a little bit of haul. So, spoiler for 2025, I've tried this many times before, but I got some faith this time. I'm doing a modified Stitch from Stash in 2025. I say modified because if I see a chart where it's like an exclusive, or maybe I'm at a retreat and I can only get that chart at the retreat, still an exclusive. But if there's a reason that I need to get the chart then I'm probably gonna pick it up anyway and not worry about Stitch from Stash. However, if it's just a regular new release chart or something that I see while looking online, I'm gonna really try my best to not purchase it, because I have recently, thanks to Carolyn Zook from Seazook Stitch, she got me going down the rabbit hole of logging all of my charts and whatnot using Google Keep, which is amazing. But in doing that, I got to revisit all of the charts that I own, and I have some really amazing things in my stash that I just want to work on those things. So if I keep buying more things, again, my attention span, right? I'm gonna get swayed into doing everything else and then probably nothing, because there's just so much that I want to do. So, stitching from stash and with the plan, 2025. But if there's a thing here or there that I have to get, it's gonna happen. It just does. All right, speaking of things that I need to get, I needed to get the Black Needle Society's Advent box, the Nice List. I look at this thing every year. It is definitely a splurge, but I thought two things. Number one, if I pick this thing up, then I was really wanting to use it to do a daily check-in video. There is so many amazing videos right now for Flossmas. So many. Every time I go into my Flosstube, it is just filled with glorious stitching Flossmasses and regular videos. Tons. I figured I probably only have it in me to do a short. So they always say like 30 days builds a habit, right? So if I do a short every day for 30 days, that's going to get me back into the habit of filming and all of that stuff. So that's what we're doing. I do one short a day, 1 minute, easy peasy, and I get to open a really fun gift. So I ordered it up. I know there's only 25 days in this box, but I'll plan other things for the last few days. Got it. So that was one reason. Another reason is how fun will it be to actually open up one of these things and get a fun gift? So I picked it up. All right, so I'm gonna go through the first, we're on day 8. So you guys are gonna get to see all of the different things, and I'll open day 8 here because I have not seen what's in that one yet. So day 1 was a holiday specials book. It says patterns number 31 through 42. So in this book, you get a number of different patterns, and I can't do a flip through because each page is like the actual pattern, but I can show you a little bit more up close as to what these look like. So it looks like there's 12 different patterns. Super, super cute. So here we have Arthur Christmas, and it says, there's always time for a bow. That one is tiny and cute. This one here says White Christmas. It says snow, 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 snow. So the little description says, we hear the weather is nice in Vermont at this time of year. The forecast is snow, 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 snow. It's in caps there. Okay, this one here, trying to make it focus. This is the snowman. It says all of the materials needed to make a snowman. Basically, it's like a deconstructed snowman. So that's super cute. Next up, I love this one. It says it's Christmas Charlie Brown. So it's really bright Christmassy trees and then like little tiny Charlie Brown trees. So that's super cute. Love that. I will probably stitch this one at some point. Then we have the Santa Claus, and it says not too hot, extra chocolate shaken, not stirred. It's like you're making cocoa. This one is super fun. This is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it's like the, what is that thing called? The snow monster. I want to say umbilical, but that's like umbilical cord. Abominable. The Abominable Snowman. Go. Very cute there. Then we have Prep and Landing, which is like little baubles. The Polar Express, it says Believe. This one is a tiny little village. It's Miracle on 34th Street. Then we have some really cute little hearts. It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, because the heart grew 3 times that day, 3 times in its size. Home Alone, the Home Alone house. And then It's a Wonderful Life. Go, it's like a poinsettia. And so it says all 12 of these designs were inspired by some of their favorite movies and television specials. So that is really fun. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is one of my favorites. Of course, Home Alone and The Grinch are also on that list, and Charlie Brown. So love all of those. That's really fun. So that was day number 1. Day number 2. And the nice thing about this box, everything was cutely wrapped in like a baggie or some type of gift wrap. So day 2. Day 2 was this really nice little charm, and it's the Black Needle Society Stitcher, and it even tells you in here it's a size 26 tapestry needle. It's super small, but really detailed. This will be really fun to put on like a zipper pull. I think that would be really nice. Or on like a scissor fob or something like that. It's really, really well made. I like it a lot. Okay. Day 3 came in a bag like this. Finally getting rid of all of these bags now that I'm showing them here. So get rid of that. I was super excited about day 3. So day 3 was actually some needles. So I have size 26 tapestry needles. They are the black pony needles, which I'm completely loving. It's like all I've used ever since I got a set at Stitching in the Wild. So these ones though are not black. They are silver, but they have a jewel tone eye. So it's like this really pretty jewel tone blue top. Really nice. I'm excited for these. And you can always use more needles, so can't go wrong there. Day 4. So day 4 was some fabric. So it is a beautiful cornflower blue from Fiber on a Whim, and it's an 18 count Aida. So lots of people could stitch on this. Really beautiful shade of, when you think of like winter blue, right? Like, I won't say ice blue because it's a little bit darker, but I'll say winter blue because white will pop on this. So was excited to see this. And then of course I thought of my friend Laura from Stitching by the Shore, because she loves blue 18 count Aida. So like, this is you in fabric. Here you go. That was fun. I had a feeling I have needles, I have fabric. I'd already gotten a book of charts, but I didn't really see any of them with a blue background, but I was thinking this is probably going to go towards something. Okay. So that was day 4. Then day 5, way over here. Day 5 came in a box like this. And it was DMC. So we have some DMC floss. Now I'm thinking, we have fabric, we have floss. What does this go to? Luckily, day 6 answered that for me. So day 6, it's a flat fold. Look at this, a chart with blue background, red, green, gray, brown, basically all the colors in that floss. So this is super fun. This is a Silver Creek Samplers on the naughty list, and it says, he's remaking a list, I've eaten it twice. Okay. I love cats, but I'm team dog. I have a dog, I love dogs, I love charts with dogs, and this dog is stinking adorable. Also, how cute. It's eaten it twice. My dog, knock on wood, has never eaten anything, but I had a dog way back in the day who my ex-husband had gotten a passport, and we had a new puppy. When I say new, I'm talking 2 days at our house puppy. And he left the passport on the coffee table. Dog ate it. Gone. Shredded. He was supposed to travel out of the country in like a week. Now, luckily, this was way back in the day, way before COVID and way before September 11th. No, it was after that. But way before it took a long time to get a new passport. So we had to pay a lot of money, but we got it expedited and it was fine. But this reminds me of that, because if a dog ate Santa's list, it would not go over well. And when the dog ate the passport, I mean, it wasn't the dog's fault. Like, it is what it is. Puppies. But yeah, stress. Super cute though. And I definitely intend to stitch this. This would be really fun just to put out, like either at work or in the family room or something like that. Okay, day 7. So day 7, it felt like a deck of cards when I was opening it. It was a very weird shape. Then when I actually opened it, because in my shorts, I will usually like pre-open it, but not look at all, just because it takes me a minute to get these things open sometimes, and I don't want that to be the whole short. So as soon as I like really opened it, I smelled something amazing. It was spiced cranberry soap. So Bath and Body Works, bar soap, but you need clean hands, so love that. And it smells great, so you can't go wrong with that. So that was a really fun gift. Okay, now we're on day 8 today. It's in another flat fold, so I'm assuming it's another pattern, but we'll find out. Go. Well, this is why you don't assume, because I'm wrong. So it is not a pattern. It's stickers, like planning stickers. So, okay, this is super exciting. This might be my favorite part of the whole thing so far, mainly because I'm working on my plans. So we have a whole bunch of new start stickers, super cute with little needles, nice bright colors. Then we have some like DMCs, and they made stickers out of the tiny charts that they sent in day 1. So I love that. They also have just one more stitch and a big sticker here that says stitching is my therapy. This will probably end up going on a water bottle, so I love that. Then we have the rest of these charts that they included. So any day that I start one of those charts, right, I can put one of the stickers in my book. So that's super fun. Then we have a whole bunch of scissors and all kinds of needles. Really nice there. And, oh, the dreaded frog sticker. Then we have some little button stickers. So these ones say it's sweet to retreat. So you can use these in your planner if you're going on any retreats. The blue one says threaded the needle. So just little stitching ones. The dreaded frog, like if I have to frog on my New Year in the Village, go, makes it slightly better. Okay, then we have fully finished, full finisher. If you're gonna frame it or something like that, if I wanted to log that, that's a really fun idea. We have a cereal starter. I'll have a lot of these starts. That's happening. And floss licker, which I am a floss licker. It's my own floss. It's my own spit. It is what it is. So if you're ever on any of the Zoom calls for Magazine Monthly Challenge, I usually am working on a piece, and you will see I am a floss licker. So that is me. Well done, these stickers. super fun. So that was day 8. All right, last up for haul, I have just a little bit here. So Carolyn from Seasook Stitch, she showed the World of Cross Stitching magazine. This was from, I think, November, but this guy here, I couldn't find this magazine. I looked all over the darn place. I used to go to Barnes & Noble to get them, but like they just don't have them all the time. So I actually found this one at Joann's just last weekend. So I was super excited because I specifically had to pick this one up because it has a whole series of winter birds. So I like a lot of the things from this magazine, but I'm just gonna flip to that page real quick. Page, there it is. It's the charts, but look, they're tiny, tiny little winter birds in a card. Love that. There's a lot of colors in these, but 2025, right when I was just listing, I have actually very few plans as far as groups and challenges and stuff that I'm going to be doing just because I'm trying to keep it simple. But one of the first thing that actually came to mind was I have a group, Magazine Monthly Challenge. It's on Facebook. My friend Carolyn Seasook Stitch and I, we've actually been running this group for a number of years already, which completely blows my mind. But the whole purpose of where that group started was because I had a whole stack of magazines, we both did, and we're like, we never stitch out of these. So why don't we do something to get us to stitch out of these magazines? So because we really want people to stitch whatever they want, because stitching brings joy and that's what it should do, I wanted to bring my own focus back to magazine stitching. So I am going to be doing all of my theme pieces and all of my challenge pieces, which here's where it gets tricky, because we have Bringo, we have AB Singo, but all of my challenge pieces are going to be from magazines. More to come on that, but I needed these birds in my life, so now I have them in my life. Along with this magazine, it also came with this really nice cute little mushroom, which I will totally stitch for my daughter. I'm not going to stitch the little mouse, but I will stitch the mushroom. I love that little card kit. And then this was super exciting. The other reason I bought this was it came with the 2025 calendar. This is coming with me to work, and one day, who knows when, but I would love to stitch this one here. It says good day to be happy. There is a crud ton of stitching in that. It's basically full coverage. Okay, it's not full coverage, but it's a lot, but it's beautiful, and I truly believe in that saying. I also really love this one here that says, stay close to people who feel like sunshine. I agree with that sentiment very much. So I would like to stitch these two one day. I love all the patterns in here, but there's a lot of stitching going on, so probably just those two. But for a work calendar on the wall, love it. So we got that picked up. Then the last thing I will show you guys is some very crinkly paper, sorry. Okay, so so part of my family, we do a thing where you draw a name to do our, like we do the gift exchange, right? So none of them watch my Flosstube, so we should be just fine. But the person that I drew, I decided that I wanted to make her something. It will obviously not be done by December because we're in December and 0 chances having my Christmas. But I am going to at least get it started so I can show it to her and keep it in my rotation so I can get it out. So I fell in love, and it made me think of her, but it is the Cat Tarot by Dirty Annie. Specifically Cat Tarot number 6, The Lovers. No specific reason on that. I just thought the design, she would really like it. It's super funny. It's a tarot card, but with cats. Like, who thinks of these things? I don't know, but I love it. I love the colors. I love the design. It's just fun. There's a lot of stitching, a lot of colors in this. Like, it's a lot of colors, but it'll be worth it. It'll be a minute. but eventually it'll get done. So I picked this up from Gary and Ronnie's shop, Grand Stitchery. And then I had a very specific frame that I found at Goodwill that reminded me of her. And so I needed a piece of fabric that would allow that to fit in that frame. So therefore I needed a piece of 40 count fabric. And I own 40 count, but not very much. And I did not have any in any colorway that was anything close to what this was. And I really wanted this same type of a finished look. So I went to my LNS and I picked up a piece of 40 count. It says Ashley Down Tabby Cat Linen, or the color Tabby Cat. I mean, it's Tabby Cat, right? It's gotta match. It's getting late, so the lighting is awful. It's like not neon yellow, I promise. It is a, I don't know, light tan with a little bit of brown modeling. It's gorgeous. You'll see it again in better lighting next week or the week after, but it's gorgeous. So I went to the attic and they cut a piece of that for me to fit this. So we have that. And then because I did pretty good, I literally just bought a piece of fabric and one chart, because you can't go and just buy one thing. You have to buy at least two. So they had this piece fully finished and on display at my LNS, and I about died. It was gorgeous. So this is Majestic Birds by Kathy Barrick. You know I love Kathy Barrick. I think I own just about everything that she does. They're birds, they're beautiful. They had it done on this piece of really like dark grayish color fabric with the bright white that just pops. It was amazing. I do want to learn some specialty stitches, and this has specialty stitches in the corners. It is also charted without the specialty stitches if this is like, you don't want to do that, but we'll see what happens. So obviously all the rest of this is fairly simple, and I will practice these before I put them on here, but they don't look horribly hard. I don't know. Even if I end up just cross-stitching these corners, it would still look amazing. So I was excited for this. And this will totally match my bird wall. So had to have it. Picked it up. I don't know when I will start it, but it's going in the stash. So, okay, hour-long video. So fairly long this time. If you're still here, thank you so much. Do leave a comment, do say hi. Check out my shorts. They're short, so trying a new thing there. But I will see you guys back either next week or the week after. And I hope you are having a great December. Hopefully you are prepping for the holidays in whatever way that looks like for you. And happy stitching. I will see you next time.